Well, good afternoon, guys. Hope all is well. Welcome back to another Hidden Woman Within video. If you are returning, welcome back. If this is your first time in, welcome. Uh, do me a favor and subscribe to my channel, like it, and share it. Hit the notification bell so you will know when I upload a video. I hope everybody is doing well. Hope you guys had a great and safe 4th of July. For most of us, it was just a good day off. So I hope everything turned out as well as you expected for your holiday. I have to say, forgive me. I've been MIA for the past couple of weeks. Without getting into a whole bunch of details about stuff, it's just that when life throws you lemons, make some lemonade. I still got a picture I'm staring right now. So the key is that I'm back. So I want to continue the topic that I was talking about last time, and then we'll start another one when I come back again. And so the last topic I was talking about was love. It is something that we deal with every day, whether it's, love or lack of. That's something we deal with every day. And I've been hearing different things. I'm listening to the word and listening to different teachers. Not too many, because I don't eat at too many people's tables. And just listening to some of the things that are being said, just watching some videos. And basically what I'm doing is watching love in action, or the lack of love in action. And I heard something last week, and I started walking. I got a health journey that I'm on, y'all, and I'll share that with you when the time comes. So I started walking. So I get up in the morning and put my sneakers on, and I'm out the door by maybe 6:15. And I've been going strong now for about 3 weeks. Fell off a couple times because I was doing making some of that lemonade. And I overdid some things. And I mean, from my neck down, everything hurt. So I just took 2 days off. So anyway, when I walk in the morning, I like to listen to motivational speaking. And I was listening to this gentleman talk about how he got up and was having some issues, and he went for a walk on the beach. And how nobody, there were other people on the beach, and nobody was speaking to each other. People just in their own world doing their own thing. And he was talking about how badly he was hurting about some things that had happened or were happening in his life. And he said, but the sad thing was nobody knew it. All the people that passed him by didn't know that he was hurting. And he said this: so much pain hidden in plain sight. And that got me to thinking. And I'm like, that is so true. There is so much pain hidden in plain sight. Now, let me explain what I mean, what the thought came to me about, when I was listening to that, or when I was thinking about that. Every day we have an opportunity to walk in love. If you get up in the morning and you're home by yourself and you never leave the house, you're fine. But if you get up in the morning and you have to go out and be among people, if you have to go to work, if you have to go to the grocery store, driving, whatever you got to do, if you're interacting with people, there's an opportunity for you to walk in love. So what I notice is, or what I'm coming to realize, what I'm coming to understand is, when I see people get upset with other people, and I mean over stupid stuff, I'm thinking it's stupid stuff. To them, it's not stupid. But it's not really the thing that triggered them. What do I mean? Because people are dealing with so much in their own lives, all you got to do is rub up against them the wrong way, and honey, you're going to get it from the left, the right, the top, and the bottom. But the problem with that is that when that happens, some people take that personally. And I'm a firm believer, nobody gets up in the morning intentionally set out to hurt you. So if you, somebody cuts you off in traffic, in traffic, I've done it because I'm speaking. I'm like, You idiot, can't you see me over here? And yada yada yada. And I had to learn, and I've learned, I'm not there yet, but the episodes are further and fewer, that I would start fussing, and I'm like, they can't hear you. I mentioned this before. They probably didn't even realize they cut me off and just went about their business, but I'm the one all stressed out and I'm fussing. So what I have learned, or what I think that I understand, is this: that whether it was from childhood, something happened as an adult, or whatever the case might be, people may have been hurt. Somebody has hurt somebody. Okay? People have been hurt. And then from the hurt, there's the fear of being hurt again. And then that fear turns into anger. And so then when you rub up against that, you're rubbing up against the thing that they were hurt by, but you don't know that. Sometimes they don't even know that. And so we lash out at people instead of having the compassion. And it's not even having compassion because you don't know about it, but it's just a matter of walking in love in general. And I wrote this down. People can't see the pain of others, so we often make assumptions and take it personally, and it's not about you. It's really not about you. And I think that if we have learned how to control our emotions, then maybe if somebody we rubbed up against somebody accidentally, and they blew up at us, that we wouldn't be so quick to feed into that. There was something else that I made note of, because it was something that was really good, and I forgot about it. But it's like the reality of walking in love towards people. And let's just say if you're sharing something with them, or, you're just going through something with them, it's easier for them to receive from you if you not yourself. I remember listening to this guy that was on the street one time, and he was ministering to this young man. And the whole time that he was ministering to him, this young guy was yelling and cussing and all this kind of stuff. And that young man never wavered. He never raised his voice. He continued calmly to explain and say what he needed to say. Awesome thing about it is when he got done, the young man got saved. That demon was rearing up and, trying to get this man to act out of character, because he's a Christian. And there is a character that goes with being a Christian. And it's not one that we see too often. People walking in love and trying to get along with everybody, regardless of what they're doing, or regardless of what they're going through. So, like I said, we're out among people all the time, and no one really knows the pain people are dealing with. So it's not always apparent until. Okay, so I read that. It was in my notes to say this. As an example, and I actually saw this on a video. It was funny, but it wasn't funny. It was funny because of the way that everything was happening, but the reason it was happening wasn't funny. So this delivery guy is delivering a package to this house, and whoever answered the door, their small dog ran out. And when I tell you, that delivery guy flipped out. He was screaming and he almost crawled up the wall. It looked weird. And it was funny because it was funny. And the dog is like, the dog wasn't even after him. Actually, the dog looked like he wanted to play. So the guy ran off the porch, ran down the street, across the lawn, and the dog followed him like, oh, is this a new game? We playing fetch or something like that? And the person that I think they were yelling for the dog to come back in the house, but the dog did not intentionally, he didn't try to attack the delivery guy. He didn't. But the guy saw the dog as a threat to him. Why? I believe that that young man, that delivery guy, had an encounter with a dog at a young age or at some point. I believe that it was very traumatizing and it scarred him. And so this guy, when he sees a dog, he's freaking out. Well, that's how people are sometimes dealing with each other. That if something has hurt you or interrupted your life and traumatized you, you are trying to do everything in your power to protect yourself from that happening again. Not necessarily that it will, but you're making sure. And then we get angry and then we lash out if somebody rubs up against that area. And so it really is a love thing. We really have to learn to walk in love toward people. I'm not telling you that I've arrived, because I mean some people, I'm not a people person. Okay, what do I mean by that? My daughter and I did a live on TikTok here, probably a month or so ago. And she was explaining to her viewers that, I'm outgoing and my mom is an introvert. She doesn't, she's not outgoing like me, and I'm not. So I was having a conversation with a lady at church here a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know what brought it up. And I said, yeah, I said, I'm an introvert and I know that. And she said, Miss Charlotte, you are not an introvert. The way you run around here on Sunday morning, greeting and hugging people, you are not an introvert. And I said, that's on Sunday. And I said, now there are different sides to all of us. But at the end of the day, I would prefer to be home alone, doing something that I enjoy doing. I know there are people that have asked me out to lunch time here and there. Sometimes I've gone, other times I declined. I'm not a mall shopper. I do not like spending a lot of time around people. My children, it has nothing to do with any particular individual. My children will tell you, we all live in different states now, and I live here with my youngest daughter. But when we would all get together as a family, it didn't take long, few hours, I'm done. And all my children know that. Yeah, mommy didn't have enough of just being around a lot of people. And those are my children, and I love them, and my grandchildren. But when I've had enough, I've had enough. It drains me. I don't go to the mall, too many people. My daughter and I were out at the farmer's market after church on Sunday. The heat was atrocious, for one thing. And so I think I lasted about maybe 30 minutes. And so I was like, people are, no, the sun is too much. I'm sorry. I didn't want to stop and talk to another person. I bought a few things. It wasn't what I thought it was anyway. And so my daughter stopped to talk to somebody, one vendor, and as I was walking, heading toward my vehicle, this vendor stopped me. He said, oh, I said, no, it's too hot. I said, that's my daughter right there. She stopped and just tell at this table, tell her mother's on her way to her vehicle. And so then my daughter caught up with me, and she said, Mom, if you want to stand here by the tree where it's cool at, I'll go get the truck. So that's what I did, and came home, and I was like, oh, that was just too much. So between the heat and the people, I was like, never again. My daughter said, I won't say that. I said, well, I tell you what, it won't be when the sun is out. Not like that. Probably, I don't know if they do it in the winter months, but it was a bit much. I said to her, I'll just go to the grocery store and get my produce, because this was too much. So I also like to get up early in the morning, go out and do what I need to do, because there's, in my thinking, not so many people out there. So, I know I did a video one time that people are not our problem, and they're not. They're our purpose. And but still, I don't like to be around a lot of people for any serious length of time. But when I am, You would never know that I would prefer to be home making a tumbler or sewing a handbag or making a wallet or something. I think that, because that it's I enjoy doing that and it relaxes me. And so, because sometimes I just run so much, I've gone to the doctor and, so I have a very strong heart. And I'm like, yeah, you run like I do, yours would be strong too. So, but anyway, like, I don't want to get off topic, but just want to be mindful of how we treat people. And I know I sit in service on Sunday, and I know that the church that I attend, everybody in the building is not on the same page. We are not. I don't care how much you say you love Jesus, there are still some hateful, ornery people. I said that. And I'm talking about some Christians. Give you an example, when you read the Bible and the Bible is saying some things, I've had to laugh at some time I read the word. And I'd be like, well, they ain't talking to heathens, they talking to Christians. People that call themselves Christians. So it's like the word says, you will know them by their fruit. So at one time I used to hear people, oh, I'm a Christian. I'm like, you shouldn't have to tell nobody you're a Christian. Somebody should automatically know that something's different about you, because when the average person would cuss somebody out for doing or saying something crazy and you wouldn't and you don't, they're thinking, well, what's wrong with you? Something's different about that. Because if we're acting the way that the world acts, then what would make them want to be anything like you if you're telling them that you're a Christian? If you're acting like them, what is the draw? If you're telling them that Jesus loves them, and he does, well, if Jesus loves them, he commanded us to do the same thing. To love your neighbor as you love yourself. Problem is, there's a lot of people that don't even like themselves. You can hear sometimes in their conversation. And so it is a love thing. And it's about walking in love. And me, I remember years ago, I think I mentioned this in the video. I know what my purpose is. Well, part of it anyway, is to teach. And I can say that, because I know that, when you say that this is who you are, then you're held accountable for that. So I know where I'm supposed to be. I know what the Lord has said to me. And when he told that to me, and I said, well, how is that supposed to be, Lord? I don't even like half these people. This was years ago, so I'm not talking about you. I don't even know who's watching. So I think for me, he began to change something, because Sunday is the day I'm in service and I'm around the most people. And literally, part of my ministry is to love on people. I know that. I don't have to, there at one time, it's almost like in a church that you get some people come in, they stay for a while and they leave. And then you have some of those that are just there because that's where they have been planted. And I'm one of those people that have been planted. I've been there for almost January next year, it'll be 20 years. And the word gets taught there. But there are people that come in and people that leave, for whatever reasons. People come for different reasons and they leave for different reasons. But one of the things that I do there is I hug people. I didn't get that growing up at all. I didn't get hugged. Nobody told me that they loved me when I was growing up. And oddly enough, that's what every day, if I'm talking to one of my kids, I don't care whether on the phone. I live with my daughter, and if she called me for some reason, and when I get up the phone, love you. I just do, because I want them to know. And it's not just about the words, I'm an action girl too. But it's a love thing. We got to walk in love. And so, in the church, some of the people that were, there used to call me the hugger. They didn't know my name. They would just call me the hugger. And there have been, I'm not bragging on myself, I'm just talking about how we need to walk in love. There's a gentleman there now that I'd always hug his wife and I would shake his hand. And then, he's such a sweet guy. I went to hug him one day and he says, okay, okay. And he said, nobody ever hugged me when I was a kid. He said, so I'm not used to that. And it's hard. And I said, but it's okay. And so when I would see him, he would allow me to hug him. Now he comes looking for his hug. And I'm like, God, I thank you that I can be a vessel that you can use to shower your love on people. Because it's not necessarily, my love. I'm doing what the Lord commands me to do. Walk in love. Now, do I do that all the time? I ain't going to tell you I do that all the time because some people get on my nerve. Yeah, I said it. But I don't lash out at people. I'm not nasty toward people. None of that. That is just not part of my DNA. Now, you can make me mad and I was just going about my business. And, at one time I had told you guys that, my voice was stolen. It has nothing to do with my voice being stolen. I got my voice back. I don't have no problem talking, as y'all can tell. I'm just pick and choose. I'm not dealing with that. I'm at a place in my life that I don't have time to be stressed out over nonsense. So I'm just, I either walk in love, or if it's something that I don't have to deal with, then I keep it moving. I'm not going to allow myself to be stressed out or allow someone or something to stress me out. It's just like, okay, I said, when life throws you lemons, what you gonna do with them? Make some lemonade. That's all. Just make you some lemonade. But there are people that life throws them a hand of something and they freak out. And I'm like, life is too short. Life is too short. I'm not going to get myself all stressed out over something that I may or may not have control over. Because if I don't have a control over it, I'm not going to get myself all worked up over it. And I'm not going to allow people to do that to me. So anyway, that's my grand dog barking. He probably see a squirrel or somebody's dog walking by. But I just wanted to come on because I hadn't done what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to be here 2 weeks ago, but I'm back. I'm learning things. There's a young lady that I'm following that she got a lot going on. She's moving and she's doing this and that. I don't care what she's doing. She is committed to doing her page. She's on TikTok and I'm actually following her because I told you all I was on a health journey and, making some changes and doing some things. I am not, I'm not doing keto. I'm not popping no pills. No, this has got to be a lifestyle. Because I said I got about a good 34 solid years and I want them to be good years. I don't want to be on a cane and limping, and I'm not doing that. No knee replacement, no back surgery, none of that. So I've got to make some changes. So that's what I'm in the process of doing. And no matter what goes on, she's on that channel. She'll be in the middle of doing something. She said, I'm here for y'all. And I just want you to know it. This is what I do. And she's really, really good. So, and if you want some information about her, or if you're on a health journey, I'm not sure if you are or not. Her name is Misty Angelique, and she is on TikTok. And if you reach out to her, just send me a message and let me know that you reached out to her. I'm waiting for my juicer to come right now and her book. So I can get, I'm not going to say so I can get started. I've already started. I already have a juicer. Made some juice yesterday. Went to the store today, get ready to make some more. So like I said, I'll be sharing that a little bit later on. But like I said, just wanted to come on and say hey and get this video out to let you know that we've been commanded to walk in love, and that's what we got to do. So I can't see y'all, but if you've subscribed to my channel, I love y'all. And I'm hoping that you're getting something out of what you hear me talk about. One of these days, I may get my daughter involved and we can go live. Before I get off, I also want to say this. I know I talked about, this is one of the lemons that's been thrown my way. I was, on the last video, I was telling you that My Crafty Silver Fox video was supposed to debut June 24th. As you can tell, it did not. My computer decided that it don't want to do what it needs to do. And I know I'm here, but the Crafty Silver Fox is an altogether different channel than this one is. And I was trying to create everything, and the computer just... So I'm in the process of getting that taken care of. And as soon as it is, I will definitely get back to you and let you know about the Crafty Silver Fox, because on that channel, I'm going to be looking for y'all subscribers, and you're going to want to subscribe because I'm going to be giving lots and lots of stuff away. I ain't talking about trash. I'm talking about good stuff. You know, if I make a bling tumbler, if I make a wallet, I'm making the NCW. You'll have to wait to find out what that is. And then you can get the chance to customize it for yourself. I'll give you all those details when the time comes. When I have all my computers taken care of, I'm going to pass that information along. So thank you guys for watching. Forgive me for, not doing my due diligence, but I'm back. At this point, it don't matter. If I'm supposed to be here every other week, I will be here every other week. Until. So until next time, y'all be safe. Love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.